Good afternoon. Zidwesha nezidweshakazi zikaNonkwenkwezi, Bhotani, molweni, dumelang, thobela, sanibonani, absheng, lochani. Good afternoon, guys. Guysini, how are you? Yeah, I'm back again with yet another piece of wisdom. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today I am coming to you wanting us to talk about Isithunywa. I know I've shared a video before where I think, but in that video I was ideally talking about sharing my journey ngesithunywa when I went to Phakamisa Isithunywa in Mpumalanga. I don't think in that video I explained what Isithunywa is Ngakasane, you understand. I feel like this is a topic that most of us need to hear, actually, you understand, because we get confused, especially new initiates, or even there are there are gobelas who've been at it for the longest time but are still oblivious to the presence of Isithunywa in one's life. There are people who are gifted ngesithunywa, but because they don't know much, they don't know how to access that power, we understand, lelo dlozi lelo lesithunywa, and they would rather suffer ngedlozi kuphela, not knowing ukuthi they could be assisted by Isithunywa, because even idlozi, guys, liyakhathala. Idlozi liyakhathala umsebenzi, they need a break, you understand. So le mimoya mayiphakanyisiwe yonke, you understand, when the other wants to rest, kuphakama omunye asebenze. So it's a fallacy to think ukuthi unedlozi elilodwa, you understand. Well, not everyone is gifted like that, but some of us are gifted in many spiritual ways. So today I want us to talk about Isithunywa per se. And I think I've avoided this topic before, because I'll be honest with you, I don't use Isithunywa Sam that much, only once in a while. And Isithunywa Sami, I don't use Isithunywa Sami in the sense of ukukhokhela ibandla, you get me. I feel like I'm not yet there, you understand, because I've said before, I'm not exactly strong in my faith, you get me, because a lot of us confuse Isithunywa no Jesu Christ okanye nenkolelo yobu Christianity, you understand. And that's when then I have a problem, mina, because I'll be honest with you, much as I consider myself a Christian, ndingumama ebhatyi bethunana a Presbyterian Church of Africa, ndingumama omanyano. But if I can be honest with you, I'm not that strong, you understand, in my faith of Christianity. So I'm not that person that prays to break the walls of Jericho. But yeah, sometimes when I pray and things happen, you understand. But it's not an everyday thing for me. It's not something that I andiphili, you understand. Kunabantu, who are strong in their faith. I'm not one of those people. I'd be lying to you. You understand? Isithunywa Sam, I've since realized ukuthi Isithunywa Sam is not necessarily Christian. I don't know how to put it to you, because I still have questions about my Christian faith. I still have questions about Christianity in general. You understand? Sometimes I ask myself, I think the problem is having too much information or too much access to information, doing a lot of research, you understand. I'm generally a curious person, So when it comes to the history of Christ, the history of Hebrewism, the history of Judaism, the history of Christianity in general, I have a lot of questions. You understand? I still struggle with the fact that Jesus died for us. I'm not saying he didn't. I'm saying it's something that I question once in a while. You understand? So if I have those questions, I can't now be the person that will stand on the pulpit and be like, a preacher. You understand? For the word of you get me. But like I was saying, I have since realized that Isithunywa is not necessarily based on the Christian faith, if I'm making sense. Isithunywa is praying with conviction, praying to idlozi lakini or ingelosi yakini, you understand, le enamandla, le yokuthula, that peaceful one, you understand, that they bring change to your life, or they help you help someone else as a healer. The ability to talk to our spiritual guides, you understand, the peaceful ones, you understand, the powerful ones, praying to them to help us, you understand, as people who are tasked to heal and help nations and nations. For me, that is what Isithunywa is. I'm not that person that will pray for hours. However, I will pray for you. 5 minutes is too much. I've had recently, like as recent as last week or 2 weeks back, I had a young guy, yes, because he's a man who came to Endumbeniam and samhlola. I realized this person is a gifted person. He has a calling, but he's still very young, so it would be difficult for me. I don't want to convince the young guy, you understand, but instead I want to help open up his chakras, you understand, open up I don't know, like, or strengthen. I don't know how to put it, but I want to help him connect with his spiritual guides, so that the message is brought to him, so that he does not hear it from me, especially because he's young. I don't think this guy is probably like 22, 23, you understand, still under parental supervision because he's a student. So he came to me, brought to me by his mother, and we started working on him. They came last month, I think, for a consultation, and then he would come, maybe spend the weekend with us, and then some part, we understand, some food, do the things, that we do, isn't just doing us like hi. And then, guy had a vision, ne? So meaning, now I could see what his spiritual guides are ready to talk to him. Ne? So I said to him, you know what? I feel like this vision yako, unesithunywa is powerful. You have both Isithunywa and amadlozi. But because you are young and I don't want you to be stressed ngezindaba zokuthwasa, let us perhaps strengthen a relationship yakho nesithunywa sakho. So he came 2 weeks back, samphothela intambo, you understand, intambo lezi, you understand, sinqe, ankles and wrists, as per his dream, by the way. So we took that message directly and ngamphothela, and safaka nje umthandazwana, inkonzwanyana nje encane endumbeni, ngasebenzisa kwami ke, you understand. I asked him to pray kweyami indumba, you understand, esigodlweni sami, athandaze kwizithunywa zasekhaya ukuthi zilekelele izithunywa zakhe ukuthi ziphakame khona zizosebenza kuye, zimbonisa indlela. Yeah, basically. So ngamshaya ngendidane yami, ngamshaya, because for me that is how isithunywa sami was revealed ukuthi sizosebenza ngakhona. Ngakushaya baba ngentambo mina. Yabona le ntambo ephothiwe le bathi uzifo zonke bathi indidane le engaka, yabo le yamaziyo nengaka. Angakushaya ngayo you understand? So I did the things with my ntambo, and fine, okay, I had to go back to school. He's a student at Wusu in East London. Guy came back earlier in the week to say, Mama, you don't know what you've done for me. I'm like, eh? He's like, he had a vision. He was shown everything that he needs to have. Itusi, speaker, and then they said he will get a job. He will get a job, and when he gets this job, he must make sure that he helps them, his spiritual guides, so that they help him. You understand? Indeed, 2 days later, guy got a job. It is final year this year, but he's got a job already. You understand? And I'm like, wow, that is the power of Isithunywa for you. That is the power of Isithunywa for you. Because the time simshaya, the time simthandazela, simthandazisa. Because I believe ukuthi mina, for example, I've always said, even growing up, you know, those churches where ubeka izandla, kuthiwe ozani sinibeka izandla. I've always had this thing ukuthi if wena unamandla okubeka mina izandla, thandazele mina. Why can't I pray for myself? You understand? Idlozi lami funeka limamele bani kakhulu between me and you. You get me? So hence ngithi besimthandazisa, not simthandazela. You understand? So at that moment, the time besimthandazisa, labhamuka, sabhamuka isithunywa sakhe, saqhuma, sathetha. You understand? But obviously one day kufuneka siphakanyisiwe, sihlanjululwe, kuhlanjululwa idlozi, kuhlanganiswa idlozi nesithunywa sakhe. But saqhuma, sathetha that day. That's when we were all convinced, including him, ukuthi lesi sithunywa sikhona. And manje isithunywa sakhe already sesiyamsebenzela. So what I'm trying to say to you, sometimes uzozivalela ekhoneni, you understand, uthi uvaliwe, you understand, ngithwasile but abantu abangeni, you understand. Umuntu othwasile is not supposed to be poor. Umuntu othwasile is not supposed to go hungry. I kid you not. It is not supposed to be like that. You understand? Idlozi lakho kumele likubhekele mangabe lisetshenzwe kahle. But uthola ukuthi wena uthwasile kuphela, uthwasele ubuhlwele, uthwasele idlozi, washiya isithunywa. So isithunywa sakho sizocindezela idlozi lakho ukuthi angeke uzusebenze, because na owami umsebenzi nushiyeleni. You understand? But now because ugobela wakho did not pick up or is not convinced ukuthi kunendaba yesithunywa, bakuphothulise without working on isithunywa sakho. Because makukhathela idlozi kufuneka isithunywa siphakame kusebenza isithunywa. There are days mina la abantu bazofika khona, and that day I've even picked up that, you know, the trend. Kunamalanga kuzofika abantu who are not necessarily here for umuthi. You understand? But ngizothi mangibahlolela, mangithi ngizama ukuphosa amathambo ngingaboni next. But mangihlola ngesiprofeto, thola ukuthi umoya uyaphakama. Makuphakama umoya kumina, uzothola ukuthi nomuntu lo naye uyaphakanyelwa umoya. Ngithola ukuthi labantu bathunyelwe isithunywa. And ngalelo la ngithola ukuthi asinawo ngiyanginayo ne-interest yokuphatha umuthi. You get me? Thola ukuthi umoya ngithuma ukuthi ngihlanganise izwasho. Umoya ngithuma ukuthi ngemanzini, ngiselo umuntu emanzini. That's another topic for another day. Ukuthi guys, not everyone is gifted ngamanzi. Let us not be misled by people who are forcing themselves to be traditional healers or who pretend to be prophets when they are not. Healing with water is a gift. And more often than not, uhamba namandla esithunywa. Kungafika kumabantu abawuthulana, umuntu onesiphiwo sokusamanzi, umuntu owaziwayo emanzini uzokunceda. Omunye lo thola ukuthi uzokusa emanzini but kungabi namahluko. Thule nje ukuthi cwaka. Working with water is a gift. Not everyone is gifted like that. That's one thing you must understand. So what I'm trying to say to you is, let us not limit ourselves and limit our gifts because we're focusing on one thing and one thing only. Idlozi. You understand? You are limiting yourself. You are missing out on a lot of good things. You understand? Ebezingakwenzekela. Bheka, for example, yangbo, bheka skin sam. Kiyeke lokhu. These are my spectacles, my glasses. Ngifuna ukubonisa ukuthi ngiqubukile. My skin, has a breakout. Yabo? Namabala. Yabo? This is not my usual skin. You get me? And I know why. Sebeyangiloya, bazama ukungiloya. But because isithunywa sami asifuni, you understand? Ama-message asheshe afike ukuthi hey wena vuka emaqandeni. You understand? Angeke ngigeza abantu ngobisi, mina ngingazigezi ngobisi. Kusho ukuthi, you understand? And ke lapho I am very lazy when it comes to healing me. I am very lazy. I'm good at prescribing for other people. But when it comes to food, it's a job and a half. But once in a while, I get warned, I get alerted. Hey, parama. You understand? And because I didn't listen when the message came, this is the result of that. You understand? But because njengoba ngisho nginesithunywa, yes, mabezama ukuvala idlozi lami, isithunywa sona sihleli and asivaleki isithunywa. Uzomvala kanjani ukuthi umuntu angathandaza? Isithunywa nje ukuthandaza. It's a gift of praying. Ivaleka kanjani into enjalo? You can't. So mangivala ngapha mina ngizothandaza. Ngithandaza ingilosi yasekhaya. Uyayizwa le ndaba ukuthi awungilekelele. Naba bengizama. Bayangizama. Nawe ubazame ke. You understand? What I'm trying to say, guys, is even better isithunywa asifani nedlozi. Awusithwaseli isithunywa. What a beautiful gift. It is power nje that you can access. You understand? Ngendlela elula kunokuthwasa iminyaka. So when I say to you, look at your gifts, analyze your gift kahle. You understand? Awuyibheke le ndaba. You get me? Not so long ago, another revelation yokuthi isithunywa sinamandla. Ngake nganibalisela ibali where I was saying I know how to identify umuntu osetshenzwe ngamanzi amnyama, ophehlelwe amanzi amnyama, because I come from that experience, been through it. You understand? And it took a lot from me to try and heal myself as well as my family. I lost a lot of money, but ekugcineni kwenzeka. And I think I had to go through that experience to know how to resolve or how to solve. You understand? Ingxaki efana naleyana. So, but what I'm trying to say now is, when that happened to me, people, my family included, they thought I was going crazy. You understand? Because the person I was convinced. In fact, now I was shown, you understand, from the beginning, Utaibu. Lo muntu lona is not supposed to be amongst you guys. You understand? Unomoyo mumbi, kahle kahle, and we are lawyer. You get me? So at that time, things were going down for me, like going south for me. Yeah, we are pagam, we are pezu. You understand? And so it sounded like ndimonela. You understand? Ubrothers ukuthi mina ngoba senyawa yena uyaphakama. You understand? So for a long time I was that person bitter, according to family and friends. To a point which I even stopped talking about this issue. I stopped cautioning people, umsila wami ndandiwuqhushekile ndithule ndithe cwaka. But recently, did he not confess uGuy? Did he not confess uGuy? Uyayiva le ndaba, like as in clean confession ukuthi vele. You get me? Mina ngashaya ngomthandazo wesithunywa, mina ngahlanganisa izinto zami. Yes, shaya back to sender. You get me? So when I say access the power that you have, sometimes umuntu isithunywa omunye uthola ukuthi akudingi nokuthi athwase yena. You understand? But unalengelosi nje enamandla ukuthandaza. Khona abantu ukuthi mangabe ushwatshulelwe uye, yey izinto ziyenzeka. Khona abantu abashwabula kwenzeke. Lo muntu lo mina ngikholela ukuthi unesithunywa esinamandla esikwazi ukuphendula umthandazo, ngoba kuyena ngalesikhathi ekushwabulela umthandazo wakhe lowo ukuthi mawungenza kanje asazi. You get me? So what I'm trying to say, guys, let us not suffer. You understand? Kukhona, when we have powerful spiritual guides that can actually take us out of poverty, trials and tribulations. Guys, I think we'll keep on discussing Isithunywa. I still haven't, I'm just looking at the time now, but I haven't touched Ngarasane ukuthi isithunywa sisetshenziswa kanjani. I think the next video will be talking about ukuthi sisetshenziswa kanjani isithunywa, ukuthi siphakanyiswa kanjani, sigqugquzelwa kanjani. But for now, let me end this one here. Ne? Thank you once again for tuning in. Continue subscribing, guys. Let's go. 10,000, here we come. 10,000 subscribers. We are now sitting at about 2,280 something, if I'm not mistaken. So just under 700 subscribers to get to 10,000. I said 9,200 and something, yeah. And yeah, I wish to go live later on today. I'll give you the time. Yeah, I'll be going live on YouTube, and then I'll also go live on Facebook. Otherwise, continue hitting that subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Do not skip the ads. Thank you very much. The ads pay the bills. Kalokani ndikhume, guys. So mkhumo bukele za ads wena. Awuzukhupha nesent, bukela nje ads. Uthamela ezo bhatalelwa fees. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you. Appreciate.